Welcome back to Magoo's Reviews. All right, y'all. So this is my review for Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Episodes 3 and 4. But before we get into the video, we just passed 1,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 10,000. We're going to hit 100,000. We're going to be in a million. We're claiming the will happens. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Definitely hit the like button at the bottom. Let's get to 2,000. We're going to hit 5,000. All right, y'all. So, the Daredevil Born Again season, so far so good. I have been enjoying it. I know episode 5 dropped, so I'm like, all right, I've been doing both episodes, you know what I'm saying, in one review, but I'm trying to really catch up. That way I can just do episode for episode 5 and just, continue on from there. But episodes 3 and 4 were very good, man, especially episode 4, but we're going to talk about episode 3. So this is a spoilers review, so if you haven't seen it, go check out the show and come back and let's check out, the review. I really do appreciate you guys. All right, y'all. So it does pick up at the end of episode 2. You see Daredevil and Karen there interrogating the AVTF, officer, pretty much that they kidnapped, who says he wants to help them, right? And at that point, you see the whole situation with Heather and Kristen. Everybody's worried about Matt because Fisk did put out that whole thing about Matt Murdock and Daredevil. So it's kind of like from both ends. You know what I'm saying, that Fisk is coming towards him. Swordsman's in here. I really do like Swordsman a lot. The actor who plays Swordsman, Marvel comic book character. Swordsman talks about Fisk wanted to do a job for him. He refused, so he put him in a jail. So this episode for me was more so set up. There was some cool action at the end where you do see Daredevil fighting off to get the captives off the ship, and that's when Swordsman is involved in that. So this episode was more so a build-up. You know what I'm saying? You do see Karen and Matt talking about Frank Castle, the Punisher, if he's still around, if he's still alive and stuff like that. You see BB, who I think is really good actress. I like girl playing BB, her and Daniel's relationship, and how BB is kind of like the one, portraying Fisk in the videos and stuff. So this was so far out of all the episodes, this one wasn't my favorite, you know what I mean? But overall, like I said, again, still cool, especially the action scene when you see Daredevil and the Swordsman fighting. And one thing I love about how Charlie Cox plays Daredevil is, as he's fighting, those moments he'll like stop and because remember, Daredevil's blind. You know what I'm saying? Daredevil is blind. So I like the fact that he'll sit there and stand still and he's letting his senses do the work for him before he makes a move. So that is really cool. Another cool part, well, this isn't a cool part, but it was in the comic book. I remember when Daredevil and Batman met each other and actually got into a little scuffle, and Daredevil kind of did the same thing, but Batman picked up on. He was like, "You're blind," you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that just a nerd. But yeah, that was in a Marvel and DC crossover. But again, really cool. I love how they it was a really nice shot when Swordsman and Daredevil fighting, like the camera's just really continuous. That was really cool. And again, like I said, they get the captives off the ship, through the whole ATV. You see the girl Angela, who's now, taking on the White Tiger moniker. Yeah, she was a part of it too. And that towards the end of it, they get the captives off the ship. Fisk hears about it, says, "Yo, blow up the whole ship." He blew up the ship, killed everybody on the ship. So Wilson Fisk is absolutely ruthless. Vincent D'Onofrio kills it. I love him and Vanessa, man. Any scene that they're in, they chew up, man. Absolutely great. Great casting with the two of them. Absolutely love it. Now, this leads into episode 4. Again, this is a spoilers review. Episode 4 so far is my favorite. My favorite so far of all the episodes for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. We're going to see how 5 and everything else turns out, but 4 so far is my favorite. It opens up. You see Bullseye starting off his day, making eggs, giving it to the little cat, of his landlord and everything like that. He goes to the diner, says, "Hey, I want a banana milkshake." Gets the banana milkshake, and he just sitting in the diner, makes a call, because, the whole task force going out for the mass vigilantes and stuff like that. Calls up, "Hey, Frank Castle's in here. He's in the diner," and everything like that. Completely sets them up. They come, you know what I'm saying, like a bat out of hell, flying over to the diner. They get inside the diner, sets them all up. Next thing you know, he takes a straw with a toothpick. The thing about Bullseye, anything in his hand is a weapon. It doesn't matter what it is, a toothpick, a straw, a fork, a knife, anything is a weapon in his hands. That's how deadly he is. And he just takes those guys apart. I mean, with forks and knives. And it is a very graphic scene, but even the music that they were playing in the back of it, so far, this was the best scene out of all the episodes so far. It was a really cool scene, how they shot and everything. You just see Bullseye just take these guys out. And he's like, "Yo, I'm one of the good guys." When he sees the little dog in there and stuff like that. And towards the end, he takes the ketchup ball and writes his sign on the diner door. So that was cool. Then, it goes back to, you see the whole situation with the Swordsman and everybody like that. This guy named Christophe, he comes over and tells Karen, Daredevil, Kristen, his whole thing about, helping Fisk with the whole shipment and stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, man. So overall, man, like I said, really, really good. There's a lot of notes I had in this. Yeah, they found out that, Fisk is setting up a trap for Bullseye. with the whole the boxing event, because Fist is having this boxing event, and that scene was very cool too. But before we get to that scene, a lot does happen. A lot does happen. You see Buck, Fist's right hand man. They have a scene with him and Charles. Charles is the one guy who's working for the government. He's very annoying. He's very annoying. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like not yeah, he's threatening Fisk in a way because coming with guys with some guns and everything like that, kind of threatening him. Man, Buck has a cool scene. He takes both of them out and Fisk, man, I don't respond well to threats. You know what I mean? So that was very cool. You actually see Daredevil. He goes undercover with the ATV, AVT, AVTF, armor and stuff like that. Goes to the actual crime scene. Finds the coin, finds that it's the Catholic coin, goes back to the church, and that's when he finds out that the young man in the church and everything like that did have an encounter with Bullseye. And it was a very cool scene. He was pretty much like, you can hear his heartbeat. And that's one thing I like about Daredevil. He knows when you're lying because he can hear your heartbeat. He's like, hey, tell me the truth. He was like, hey, man, he comes to here every morning. Well, he comes to here. He threatened me and everything like that. He's like, he lives right across, here. And when he hears the bells, that's when he starts to make his, start his day. So that's when Daredevil goes over to the apartment. Him and Bullseye have a really cool fight scene. Very cool fight. I love the cinematography when they're on the screen together. Even in the comic books, there was always like their fight scenes were so good because it almost seemed, Daredevil always edges them out, but it's very, very close. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Batman fighting the Joker where it's like, all right, who's going to win. This is like, they're both skilled, and Daredevil really does edge them out, but still really cool fight scene. So that was great to see. Bullseye, he grabs his landlady, has a gun to her head. He was like, man, I got one good deed. You know what I'm saying? He's, I'm gonna make it right. And Daredevil was like, I can't let you make him a martyr. He said, if you kill this man, you're gonna make him a martyr, especially at this event. You know what I mean? So Bullseye takes off, hits a guy with something, takes his moped and flies off, and Daredevil chases him. That's when you transition over to the boxing event. BB shows up, Daniel shows up. Fist tells Vanessa, I don't want you there. So Vanessa makes a whole deal with the governor. The governor says, well, I got, I'm gonna support you and Fist. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool. Again, any scene that Vanessa and Fist, man, they chew it up, man. I absolutely love them. I love the whole cast, man. Like, Vanessa, Fist, Bullseye, Daredevil. I absolutely love all of them. You know what I mean? But Vanessa and Fist go fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So the boxing event starts. Fist tells it, his trainer, who's rapping his fist. And the man, the guy won't lay a hand on me. Don't even give me a mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me a mouthpiece. So they go in there, and Fist is, man, he's laying the guy out, man. The way how they shot it too, very cool. You know what I'm saying? The slow motion, you could feel the punches and stuff. I'm a boxing fan, so that was really cool. And then, like I said, towards the end of the fight, Vanessa does show up. And the guy who's fighting Fist actually catches him because catches Fist off guard and punches him. Fist goes crazy. He gets angry. Man, he hit that guy, man, in his kidneys, man, and knocked him out. Looked like he killed him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the ring was like, oh, snap. So then he's willed out. Vanessa gets in the ring. She's like, kiss me. She's like, hey, man, I made the deal. That's when all hell breaks loose. Bullseye pulls up and just starts taking names. All the security, he just starts killing the man. He's going right after Fist. Like, he has his eyes dead set on him. He's going after Fist. Vanessa pulls out the gun. She shoots, actually hits Bullseye, but Bullseye has like a glass souvenir that he throws at her. Fist takes his belt that he won, the championship belt, knocks it out. The glass breaks. I already kind of figured what was going to happen next, but that's when Daredevil shows up because Fist takes the gun and he's about to shoot Bullseye. Daredevil knocks the gun out of Fist's hand. Him and Bullseye start fighting. They fly through the glass. Really cool fights. Like, the whole setup was very cool. Fisk is like, go after them. And they take off running. The next thing you know, the episode ends. You see Vanessa like, Wilson, and look over, man, you see the glass stuck in her head, and she's just bleeding out. And he's like, yo, call the ambulance. So you don't see her die right there. You know what I mean? But it does seem like, yeah, she's about to bite the bullet. You know what I mean? Overall, man, I really did like that. But he did tell her, hey, I don't want you here at this fight. You know what I'm saying? Even though she did show up. But overall, man, episode 4 was my favorite. Out of all the episodes, I really did enjoy it. Like I said, I am a fan of the whole cast. I love the mood of the show and everything. Again, Daredevil Born Again is my favorite Daredevil story, even though it's far removed from the actual comic book. You know what I'm saying? Just going off the name at this point. But overall, because it's like different stories, you know what I'm saying, when Wilson became mayor and all that kind of stuff. So it's different stories. But overall, man, good, very good episode. Episode 4 was my favorite. I really did enjoy it. So tell me what you guys think about it. I really do appreciate you guys. If you stayed here for the end of the video, it does mean a lot to me. Tell me what you guys think about the episodes. Are you enjoying it? What is your favorite episode so far for Daredevil Born Again Season 2? Who's your favorite character? What was your favorite moment? Again, that Bullseye moment in the cafe. That was cool. That was really, I mean, the diner, that was really cool, but I really did like the fight scene, towards the boxing event. That was like Bullseye. Yeah, he was on a hunt, but at the same time now, what happened, man, Fisk is probably gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like he really wants Daredevil and Bullseye at this point. I'm enjoying this. Anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hope everybody has a blessed day, and I'll see y'all soon.